Hey guys, so just got back from a duck hunt that turned into a goose hunt. So we went out on the river. We're here on the western slope of Colorado and went out on the rivers of this island that me and my buddies have found some BLM, and we were hoping to get on some ducks, and it looked like it was going to be pretty promising, but the ducks just weren't working like we wanted them to. But happened to get lucky. We were walking to go find a new place to hunt, and ended up jumping up this lesser. For those of you who don't know, lessers are Canadian geese. They're just a lot smaller body. They still taste just as good. They're just a lot smaller. Most Canadian geese are a little bit wider, a little bit longer. But yeah, so I happened to jump her up off the island, and got it here in the back, or here on this side. So the point of my video today is to show you guys how to breast out a goose. It's the same concept as breasting out a duck. You're gonna take and pull all the feathers off the breastplate here to expose that center chest bone, and then we'll make an incision, open her up, and then we'll be able to just come right down the center plate with your knife and then be able to pull those breasts out. A lot of people don't know, or maybe it was just me, when I first started waterfowl hunting, I didn't realize that ducks and geese are actually red meat. They're not white meat like chicken. So that kind of caught me off guard, but it still tastes really good. A lot of people like to take the breasts and fillet them, especially with duck. That's a pretty hot commodity. But for me, for this goose, I've been saving up a little bit of goose meat, and I'm gonna grind it with some of the duck meat that I've got, and I'm gonna smoke some jerky sticks. It's probably one of my favorite ways to eat them. So I'll go through the process. Hopefully you guys can see this pretty well. But two methods of pulling feathers off. You can press down and pull, and it will separate feathers. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it takes longer. Some people probably have it down better than I do, but I like to just come up underneath, and I'll grab a handful or a fingerful of feathers and just pull up. You don't have to get super crazy on trying to get all the little feathers. You just want to expose that center chest bone. You will get feathers everywhere, so make sure you have a trash can close by so you can put them all in there, because if not, you will have a mess. Luckily, it's not too windy, so I don't have to worry about these blowing away. Some people like to take the feathers and use them for tying flies. Not something I know how to do, but I do know there are some people who like to do that. So if you got buddies, or even you yourself like to tie flies, this is a good feather source for that. So as you can see, it comes up really easy. You just grab a little bit at a time and pull up on it. So I can see that center bone really well, so I don't need to go any further. I like to have a pretty sharp knife. When I do this, I use this Havalon knife for waterfowl and for big game. You have to be kind of careful with them. They're very sharp, but they do a really good job at getting the job done. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna make an incision all the way down that breastplate, and then once you have it, it'll pull back a little bit, and you'll be able to get up underneath it with your knife and just peel away. Not a lot of fat on this one. I got a duck last week that was really fat, but once I cut it open to get the breasts out, I saw that it was known as rice breast. And for those of you that don't know what rice breast is, it's a parasite that waterfowl can contract from eating a parasite while it's in an infected state. I don't remember the exact name of it. I've just always heard it been called rice breast, but basically it's just a parasite that the birds get, and it ends up infecting the meat. And I've done a little bit of research on it, and it states that it should be edible if you cook it well done. However, if you don't, you take the chance of giving that parasite somewhere else to live, and you yourself will become infected with it. So I choose not to eat birds that are infected with rice breast because I don't want to take any chances. And it also states not to give it to your animals because they will get infected by it. So there's other people out there that will eat it, and that's on them. I'm not one to judge. It's just not something that I'm willing to do. It looks awful. It literally looks like rice within the breast meat. It's just unappealing, but really for me, it's knowing that it's a parasite that I'm just not willing to consume. So normally these birds are a little fatter this time of year. It's January, and we were down in freezing temperatures, well, below freezing. We were down in the negatives this whole past week, and so I kind of expected the birds to, one, be moving a whole lot more, but two, like, have a little fat on them. And this goose is just really small and hardly any fat. So as you can see, you will get feathers on everything, but I rinse the breast off before I put them away. But so you'll see that breastplate really well at this point. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your knife and you're going to run straight down each side of that breastplate, and then you'll be able to just pull this breast out once you separate it from the sides of the bone. And you'll get two probably hand size breasts out of it with a full size Canada goose or speckle belly or what have you. They will be bigger breasts, so you will get a lot more meat. This was known as, like I said, a lesser, and they're just smaller. So not as much meat, but still same great quality. So, and I'll show you guys a close-up once I work this down so you can see what I'm talking about a little better. If you guys have any questions about waterfowl hunting or in general about what to do with the meat, or if you have recipes that you like for goose and duck, please send them my way. I really like trying new recipes out, and trying to multitask here. But yeah, if you guys have recipes or anything of that nature, please let me know. This breast is really nice, really thin, which I'm not super surprised by how small this bird is and how little fat content it's got, but I'm still going to use it. You will get feathers stuck to your fingers like you got super glue on your hands. But there we go. Oh, I got it a little higher than I thought. I actually got it right up in the heart. I thought I hit it pretty far back, but yeah, pretty nice shot. Pretty well separated there. You can defeather the entire bird just like you could a duck, and you could deep fry it or what have you. I don't see the purpose of it. Especially on a bird of this caliber, it's just, there's not a lot of meat on it, so it just doesn't seem worth it to me. I should have pulled that skin back a little further, but that's okay. Yeah, that's what's holding me up, is the skin here. Usually these come out pretty easy if you cut the skin back far enough, but I did not. You can just get your fingers in there and work it down and help separate it, just kind of like on a tenderloin on a deer or an elk. You just work your fingers down there and pull. So again, I'll rinse this off a little bit just to free up those feathers. And I only have one, maybe two pellet holes that I'll have to check and make sure there's no pellets in there for one, but I can cut that part of the meat out just so I don't have to worry about it. But that's what you get. Like I said, it's about the size of your hand. This one's really thin. Normally they're, I don't know, about a couple inches thick, but that's a full size, well, lesser size goose breast. So hopefully you can see this pretty well. All I did was I cut straight down until I hit the chest, and then you just kind of run along that bone until you'll come up on the ribs here, and then everything else is just connected up by the skin. And like I said, you can just pull that apart and pull that whole breast out. It's really not time consuming, just a little messy with the feathers. That's the worst of it, honestly. So season for us ends on the 31st. Today's the 26th here. So, and unfortunately I will be going back to work. So today was my last day to hunt. So I was pretty grateful to get this bird. Really hoping to have more time to get out next year, but life happens, you know? All right. I think I got that one separated a lot further down, so it shouldn't get hung up at the end. So, same thing. You'll just come right down that center plate and just work your knife along that bone. Try to get as much of that meat as possible. especially on this bird that just doesn't have a whole lot to begin with. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and hopefully those of you who have never done it can learn something from this and have an idea of what you're doing if you go out by yourself. Luckily for me, like when I started waterfowl hunting, I had some guys that kind of showed me the ropes of how to do this, and so that's kind of the point of this video, is to teach guys that were like me, that have never done it before, and maybe you just don't have somebody to go to. So that was kind of the inspiration for this video. It's kind of embarrassing going out and being an avid hunter like myself, and then like I have no idea how to breast out a bird. So hopefully this will help with that. Yeah, that one came out a lot faster, a lot easier. So again, just write down that plate and then out. I did miss a little bit of meat there, but that's okay. It's not going to make or break anything. So yeah, that's some really, really pretty meat and really, really delicious. I'm excited to make some jerky. I've been putting some away so I can make a pretty decent batch, because last year or the year before I made a batch of jerky and within like 2 weeks it was gone. I did share it with my buddies, and they really enjoyed it. So that's what I'm hoping to do again this time around. So stinking feathers. It's like I've got glue on my hands or something. Okay, well, like I said, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, recipes, what have you, please send it my way. And if you could, give my channel a like, follow, share it. It's a pretty new channel. I'm hoping to get some more videos posted soon. I've been working on a few. One of the ones I've been working on currently is on my shop. I'm going to build a axe throwing booth inside, have a poker table, cornhole boards, etc. Just as a hangout spot. So, but most of the stuff I try to cover on my page or on my channel is off-roading, camping, hunting, stuff like that. That's something I'm really passionate about, and I try to get out quite a bit to do. So that's primarily going to be what my channel is about. But I'm also going to throw in some randoms every now and then, just to keep you guys in the loop of what's going on in my life and whatnot. So hope you enjoy. If there's any video content you'd like to see, whether it's breasting out a duck or even a big game animal, please let me know. I would really like to see what you guys would find interest in, and see if I can't get one down and show you how to do it. Cool. Well, thanks for watching my video. You guys have a blessed day. Get out there.